folks, as you can see we're back out on the beach again. I was messing about with the mics yet again, got them working in the house, come out here, they're not working. So yet again, another no mic episode. We're back out with the same gear. I've got my 11-foot pen power sticks there that I use for my bass. 3-ounce weight on that, 6 hooks, salted mackerel out there, and I've also got the same 8-foot spinning rod. I was sat there watching the rugby there, got to half time and thought, stuff this, I'm off to do something productive. So the tide's right, it's 10 to 4, just gone 10 to 4, tide was at 10 to 4 full out, and it's just started the flood now, so we're going to give it about maybe 2.5-3 hours, and yeah, we'll give that a go. See if we can get any flatties over here. A good chance at a sea trout over here as well. I thought I'd just seen one jumping in the corner of my eye there, but it wasn't. It was a seagull landing. So yeah, a beautiful evening. Sun's just starting to creep down now, but the days are definitely getting longer, and that was a rattle by the sounds of that. Yeah, once again, I just casted that a few minutes ago just to get it out there while I was trying to hook up the mics. So that's again been out 4 or 5 minutes, and there was a good rattle in that there. So you probably would have seen more than me unless I was in the way of it. There it is again. So yeah, I'll get watching this one. Definitely something there. So yeah, as usual, I've only casted the usual 45-50 yards, not going any further than that. I'm well out from the high tide mark. I'm on a sandbank here, so the tide's going to come round behind me, but I've got my chesties on so I can wade back up onto the high ground later on. But we should get a good probably hour on here before I have to move the gear back up there. So yeah, there's a nice deep channel here to my right. I'll be able to try a few lures in that later on. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes really. It's a beautiful evening to be out anyway. Beats watching Scotland get beat by Ireland anyway. I'm sick of seeing that over these last few years. So yeah, anyway, we'll get to it. Get back concentrating on the fishing. I heard them rattling. Still rattling. Still on. I think there's a little sea trout on there. It's sitting there. Definitely sitting there. Feeling it. Taps again, we'll get it in. We'll get it in anyway. Check the wave. Yeah, I seen him come off in the wave there. He's just hooked in the top one. You can see it there. It's been stripped, but it's just a little sea trout. So I'll get the baits freshened and get it back out in again. So I had a few casts with that spinning rod there. There was nothing doing. You see me running back in there. I seen the sea trout on the surface out there and I was hearing jangle of the bells. So I ran back in and got it all the way back in almost and just over the sandbank here, about maybe 30 yards in front of me. He popped off there. I didn't think he was well hooked. Normally if a sea trout hits the surface very quickly, they're not well hooked at all. They're normally in the corner of the mouth, like right on the lip or something, and they'll try and throw it really quickly. So as soon as I seen it on the surface, and being a wee one as well, I knew fine he was going to come off. So it's a sign there's something there though, and they're liking the salted mackerel. So I'm just going to stand about here and just pay a wee bit of attention to that rod. Again, no flatties, no sign of flatties, it's just sea trout, which I mean is brilliant to see so many sea trout, but they're only wee, just a little finnick, and hopefully we'll see something a bit bigger. Well folks, that was the first fish. You didn't miss much. It was a very small fluke and it was about the size of my hand. He went back though, he's just here in the wee trough in front of me, waiting for the tide to come in. He'll just revive himself there. Don't know how long he was on. I thought I was going nuts hearing the bells all the time, but it turned out it was a fish. So yeah, just a wee fluke. Yeah, we'll just fish up for another couple of hours. Sun's starting to go down now, it's actually getting quite chilly. I've got my flask of tea there, so I'll get a mouthful just now. And then, yeah, sit in my box and watch this rod for a wee bit. Nothing doing on the spinner, I'm not expecting anything until nearer half the tide halfway up or whatever. It's too shallow. Yet again, another tiny wee fluke here. Just hooked in the mouth there. It's actually smaller than the last one. I'll need to come up right close there to see that one. He is tiny, so I'll go and put him back. I'll just stick him on the edge here. No problem with him. So folks, that's the last cast in the water now. This rocky sort of hole, this channel that I've been eyeing up the whole time I've been here, is finally looking like it might hold fish. It's just got deep enough. So I think anything that was on the other side of the sandbank will now be moving into here. So the last cast is in here and we'll just see what comes up. It's back exactly where I got the flatties. The two flatties on consecutive casts. So we'll see what comes up. I freshened up half the baits, so there's 3 fresh baits. I wasn't going to start cutting up another fillet. So half of them were pretty good anyway. So they're back out, they're fishing, and we'll give it a good 20 minutes, half an hour or so, and just see what, if anything, turns up. But I would expect to see sea trout moving in there, and also the flatties probably as well. And when they come in, I would imagine them be on the feed as well. So we shall see. You can only try. Well folks, I think that lighthouse coming on is my cue to leave, I think. It's been a wonderful afternoon, it's been absolutely beautiful out here, but man has it got cold. My feet are like blocks of ice. I'm glad I put 2 pairs of socks on, but my word, it is cold. Not a lot to show for it, I'm afraid. 2 small flukes, a lost sea trout, and whatever's on this just now, which I don't think is much. I've seen a couple of flounder rattles, but I don't think there's going to be much on it. That was quite a decent pool there, but it might be crabs running off it because I am in a rocky sort of gully now. But yeah, beautiful to get out, a lovely afternoon. The rain passed by us both times and managed to get the drone up as well, which was great. So yeah, thanks for coming out again. It would have been lovely to show you a sea trout, maybe a good sized flounder. It's not to say that there isn't going to be something, because that rod is dancing a wee bit just now, and there is some sort of slow long pull downs which are out of time with the wave as well, so there might be something on there. If there is, I'll put it in a couple of seconds, but until the next time guys, thank you for tuning in and all the best. We'll catch you later. Cheerio. Another tiny flounder. But we're getting back anyway. Really strong. So it's getting dark. I can't feel my fingers, can't feel my toes. I'm getting home and I'm going to put the fire on, ready for Claire getting home from work. So all the best, troops. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care now.